What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Sitting Pretty. It's your girl Lolo. And for today's episode, I wanted to start off with a quick story for the inspiration behind today's episode. I was in Vegas visiting my family, and my little cousin wanted to get his hair cut like mine. He wanted a little taper. So we all went to the barbershop. When I came into the barbershop, I didn't have my chair, so I kind of just, walked into the barbershop and stayed seated the entire time. It's a barbershop full of guys, and they started talking about something that had went viral on YouTube. And so they brought YouTube up on the TV screens. Now, of course, I shamelessly plugged myself and was like, hey, since you guys are already on YouTube, when you get the chance, you guys should check out my YouTube channel. You know, one of the barbers was like, oh, well, what is your YouTube channel about? And I was like, oh, it's about my life as a disabled woman. One of the guys in the barber chair was like, well, you don't look disabled. What the f am I supposed to look like? Do you not know that there are such things as non-visible disabilities as well? And then for you to almost question me whether or not I was really disabled because in your eyes, I didn't look how I was supposed to look for you to be convinced that I was a disabled person. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that was just really ignorant. I just kind of reinforced in my brain of like all the reasons that us disabled YouTubers, shout out to all the homies, we go on YouTube because we're trying to really fight that stereotype of what disability looks like or how we should act or behave or speak or talk or whatever, So that's what sparked the idea of other things not to say to people with disabilities. I thought of the top 3 things that I have either experienced personally or I have witnessed as something that is considered rude or disrespectful to say to people with disabilities. All right, so let's get started. So here we go. Number 3, baby talk. Now, this isn't exactly like one thing that you can say, but it's how you're speaking to somebody with a disability. And when I say baby talk, I'm talking about, oh my gosh, oh, look at you. You're doing so well. You get it, girl. Like that tone, as if I'm a child. I am not a child. I'm a grown-ass woman who pays rent and bills and has a full-time job. Like, I'm a grown-ass woman. Do not talk to me as a child. For instance, there was a situation back in college where I had a friend who, I kicked it with all the time. And so there was one time where I was trying to lift one of my textbooks, and yes, it was a little bit of a struggle, but if I did not ask for your help, then don't provide it. Pretty much. So, it was a struggle, but I knew I could get it. It was just going to take me a little longer, obviously, than the average able-bodied person. So her, being able-bodied, was like, no, let me get it for you. And I was like, nah, I'm good. Like, I got it, don't worry. And so she was like, no, and she smacked my hand. Smacked my hand as if I was a toddler who should not be touching an electrical outlet. She was like, no, let me get it. And I must have flipped the out. Immediately cussed her ass out. It was like, first of all, that's how you know it's real, is when a woman starts off with first of all. First of all, don't you ever in your life smack my hand like I'm a child. Don't ever talk to me like I'm a child, and don't you ever treat me like I am a child. If I said I got the motherfucking book, I got the motherfucking book. Don't do me. Do not do me. So I was obviously highly upset, but that's something that's mad annoying. It's like, as a person with a disability, especially when you are an actual adult, do not condescend us by speaking to us as if we're children just because our bodies either aren't as strong or they don't move as much as anybody else. Trust, if we needed help, we'll ask you. We've been asking for help all of our lives, or for however long we've been disabled. Like, it's part of who we are. So if we need the help, we'll ask. Otherwise, do not talk to us like we're just, oh my God, you're just so great. Oh, how are you? Bye. That's number 3. Number 2. This is something that I had observed. I understand why it's offensive, but I'm personally not as offended, but I get it. And that's when people say you are such an inspiration. Now, mind you, as a disabled YouTuber, of course, when people say that I inspire them or I'm an inspiration to them and their lives and whatever else, you know, they feel as a result of watching my channel, I, you know, do take it as a compliment. Thank you. I am very appreciative. Where the offensive part comes in is when people say that I'm an inspiration for doing like regular stuff. Prime example, there's been times I've been approached in public where people are like, you know, you are so inspiring. Every time I see you, you're just smiling and just like so happy about life. You are so inspiring in that way. And it's kind of like, thanks. I get what you're trying to say, but it's like, how is me smiling just like any other person more inspiring than somebody else? Like, I'm just smiling. Am I not supposed to have a happy day as a disabled person? Am I not supposed to be rolling around in a wheelchair smiling? Like, me smiling is that much of an inspiration? That's like you as an able-bodied person, you're eating at a restaurant by yourself and somebody, you are so inspiring and so brave to eat at the table by yourself. Like, you really inspired me to eat alone at a restaurant. And it's like, I'm on my lunch break. Like, how is that why is that so inspiring? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what people mean, like, when they get offended by people saying they're so inspirational just because they have a disability and do your normal everyday things. Like, so for me, the number one thing that I feel you are not to say to a disabled person is, what's wrong with you? That, like, literally boils my entire soul. It's like, first of all, ain't nothing wrong with me. What's wrong with you? Secondly, there's a much better way to ask what you're really trying to ask. And the way you say it is, how did you end up in a wheelchair? That's what you're supposed to say. But you don't say what's wrong with you, because ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm perfectly fine. I'm good, boo-boo. What's wrong with you? Like, you literally just told me to my face that something was wrong with me just because I use a wheelchair. You literally saying disability equals wrong. Wheelchair equals wrong. Don't say that to people with disabilities, because nothing is wrong with them. They're just living. They're literally just living. If you're curious about how that person became a disabled person, how long maybe they were disabled, why they use adaptive equipment like a wheelchair, a walker, or any of those things, then ask that. But never, ever, ever say, what's wrong with you? Because you're liable to get cussed out, and that's a motherfucking fact. Excuse me for all of the foul language, but as you can tell, these are things that not only are things that you should not say, but obviously get on my last damn nerve. Completely rude and out of pocket. Alright? But on a better note, those are my top things not to say to someone with a disability. If you are a disabled person and you have some more to add to the list, you already know what to do. Leave it in the comments, baby. And if you are an able-bodied person and you're curious of the right things to say, that video is actually going to be coming very soon. But until then, leave a comment and go ahead and ask away. And as always, leave a comment, like this video, share this video, and of course, subscribe. It's Sitting Pretty, baby.